2022 Toyota Tundras hitting the used lots already. But why? Well, good evening everybody, and welcome back to Rob Motive FST. And that's right, the 2022 Toyota Tundras are already hitting the used lots. But why? How could this be? They just came out. I mean, what's it been, a month? Something like that? I think I drove one about a month ago, the first one here in South Texas. So I have a few theories, a few reasons, I guess, as to why we're now seeing the brand new redesigned 2022 Toyota Tundra hitting the used lots. Number one, it's just too big. You know, I think there may be a lot of people out there, maybe who were driving Tacomas or smaller mid-sized trucks, who caught the hype of this brand new Toyota Tundra and just had to have it. So they ran out, they plopped down that premium price and grabbed that brand new Toyota Tundra. Then they got it home. They daily drove it for a little while and they figured out this is a pretty big truck. You know, dimensionally, I think it's a little bit bigger than what the outgoing Toyota Tundra was. And it is a big truck. Now, I've had a little bit of experience with this myself in the form of fitting in my garage. And I think this might have something to do with it as well, particularly given that we're in winter in parts of the country that have winter, and people don't want to park outside. So maybe they didn't check first, they went out, they bought one of these great big giant new Tundras, brought it home and discovered it doesn't fit in the garage. It hangs out the back. So they had to park it outside. And I've got to say, if you're getting up and going to work at 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning on a frigid winter day, it is not comfortable. You got to go out, screw around, scrape off the windows, heat it up. Maybe you have remote start, which by the way, you're gonna have to pay for here after the first year. And we don't like doing that. You know, that gets old really fast when you're freezing in the mornings. Not fun. Number two, lower than expected fuel economy. You know, I think with all the hype out there, a lot of people thought that this is going to be groundbreaking when it comes to fuel economy. But it's not. It's just okay. Maybe even a little bit subpar. So after you drive this thing for about a month and look at the fuel bill, how much gas you're feeding this thing, might not be so good. Maybe some of these folks have decided they just can't justify driving a great big truck that they probably don't really need and getting subpar fuel economy. You know, when you're spending, I don't know, $500 a month, give or take, it's hard to swallow on a brand new truck that was hyped to be really, really good. Number three, it's just not that good looking. You know, I go back and forth on this. I like the interior. I think it's an improvement. I think it looks pretty good. I don't think it's groundbreaking. I don't think it's fantastic. It doesn't blow my socks off when I get in, but I do think it's pretty good looking. The outside, on the other hand, is kind of You know, if you look at the front end, and it's very polarizing. You either like it or you don't like it. It's got the mustache on the front. That's what everybody's saying now. And it's chrome, depending on which trim level you get, of course. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't particularly like it anyway. I think the only color that's appropriate, for me, this is personal, on the 2022 Tundra is black, because everything just kind of melds and fades together, right? Otherwise, I'm just not digging that front end. What about the rest of it? Looks kind of squatty still to me. Definitely they look awesome lifted, but how many people have ran out on a truck they've had less than a month, probably, and had it lifted with bigger wheels and tires and done all that stuff? And how many people are really gonna do that anyway? Probably not a lot. Number 4, the expectations were just too high. You know, I remember when they first started, they being Toyota, talking about this brand new redesigned 2022 Tundra, that it's gonna be mind-blowing. Our minds are gonna be blown when this truck comes out. Well, I think we can all agree that did not happen. I think they set the expectations so high that there could only be a letdown for those that actually have bought the truck. After they've lived with it for a couple, 3 weeks or something like that, probably have come to the realization that this truck really isn't mind-blowing. It's good, it's okay, it's all right, but it wasn't mind-blowing. So a little bit of the luster is gone. And maybe a lot of these folks realize that it's really not that much different than what's already out there. In some cases, it's not quite as good, even still. Number 5, this one I find kind of funny myself because I hate it so much, and that's the auto stop feature. You know, up until now, the Toyota trucks, the Tundra and the Tacoma, did not have auto stop. It's debuted in the 2022 Toyota Tundra. Personally, I can't stand it. I hate it. It drives me nuts. And I think there may be a lot of people out there who didn't realize that they were getting auto stop or even know what it was. Now, the other bad part about it, and I know there's a lot of folks out there that will say, well, you can just push a button and turn it off every time you restart the truck, but the location of it is horrible. It's off to the left of the steering wheel, down on the panel, kind of behind the steering wheel itself. You can't see it well. Trying to hit it when you're driving is about impossible. You shouldn't be looking, you know, down to the left while you're driving. So it's a horrible location for it. I think Toyota made a big mistake there. If they had to go with auto stop, they should have at least put that button somewhere where you could easily access it. It's a little thing, but it can become very annoying after a while, especially on a hyped up brand new truck that you just spent $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 on. I hope you're not one of those people that spent 90, geez. Lastly, number 6, they could just be testers. You know, the folks out there that got them just to drive them around a little bit for YouTube purposes, entertainment purposes, whatever. Now they've done their thing, they're done with them, and they've given them back or traded them off for the next latest and greatest thing. Who knows? Anyway, it's hard to believe that the 2022 Toyota Tundra is hitting the used lots already, but they are. Leave a comment, let me know. Have you seen one on the used lots out there? What kind of pricing are you seeing on them? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Rob Motive, all about my 2021 Toyota Tacoma, and Rob Motive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, please subscribe. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Bye.